Alright, so if you're good look well, I want to make a video talk about water insecurity in Jamaica. But I don't know, between procrastination and life, we kind of get a little bit caught up. But so we get the chance enough, we can make this video. We'll talk about it a little bit because today, just today, we have to carry one buckle. When I blue buckle like we are see so, we have to carry on one because water done and I use it for drinking water. So we drop you off yesterday. I'm naming myself for Kaleki until like after 6 when the place already locked me reach home and I say, hold on there. And if you collect a bottle of water, come see this pop on the table empty and I say, where water bottle there? Then remember I said, oh, my name is collect back the water bottle. Cause when I do, I just go drop you off. Like in the early morning, I'm gonna do my business I have to go do and then me pick up in the evening typically. But you see, then they go do what want to go and then kind of throw off the brain a bit and then now just remember. So good things still can still kind of bring me enough more to kind of be able to talk with this in a video form. So we could just run with this still, alright? So a couple ways water typically handled in Jamaica when it come on to drinking water specifically. Or water used to like cooking also. So you will have like the blue buckle, which is becoming more popular now, where you like go to like a water refilling station and get the water buckle full up. You have the truck them where you can get you come a yard and then we drop off a certain amount. So let's say you want a certain amount of gallons, we fill up a tank where you have. So you can have like these tanks, let's say we have see like black tanks, you have different sizes. So you can get like extra big one and just like a small one, like at the side of the house or on top of the house, so just kinda connect your pipes and stuff. So the thing is though, in Jamaica it's a very hilly and terraneous place. When you go more inland, so like the rural parts, so like in town like Manchester, St. Elizabeth. St. Elizabeth would be more on the downward side, but you have the still kind of water insecurity. That are the breadbasket part of Jamaica, where a lot of the food come from, where incidentally also get rocked by hurricane 2 year back to back. So in a 2024, you have burial, and 2025 you have Melissa, category 5 hurricane will rock the whole along the side. So water insecurity has become even more prevalent now. So we could go in it still. And all right. So first, we just kind of look upon how the trucking water one kind of goes in. So it's always been a hope so water will come one day, right? But today, typically not gonna be that day. So what we have to do? So don't wait till you come and do the dead for Thursday. Or you gotta just try and work out a way to get some water in your house. Cause you know, so you're gonna need water for drink, for cook, for do pretty much most of the household chores and stuff. You're gonna need water. Um, if you don't have like a concrete tank outside, then you're gonna need to have some sort of water being brought in where you can use. If you don't have that, we don't know where you're gonna do because typically sometimes the rain is sporadic, so you don't really have the chance to get the drum full not by natural means. In Manchester, typically, or how it used to be before, you used to have like rain like every let's say 4 days out of the week. You typically have rain falling, but that is now far removed and far in between now. So you typically have a dry tank happening much more often because you use water more, especially now coming out to the summer months. You're gonna have the issue with the water, needing to get the supply. All right, so how you are gonna see you typically are gonna see like a maybe neighbor or so I go buy water and you just like talk to the waterman and hear like in prices how much that costs to carry based on how much you need. So if you need to run 2 trip or if you just need like maybe a half of the amount when typical carry, you can work out that and it might access how much you need and it might like give you a price based on how much it'll cost him. Say right now with the whole fuel and everything I raised in Jamaica, I make a video about bag juice, the downfall of bag juice and how prices have changed for like bread and everything else. So part of that is also the fuel to carry the water to the various communities and stuff. So that will increase them prices too. So that's something you have to worry about. So so you buy the water, you say cheap, but you know really have a choice. You have to pay the amount. Maybe you can negotiate a bit if you're good enough like that on sales. Maybe you can bar them down a little bit. But typically man kind of stay firm on the price, kind of not only cover the expenses but still make a profit based on what you need to do. So after that, now you just try store it up properly. Make sure say in the container you put the water in, then clean. Then you can manage to keep the water for as long as possible. Depending on your usage and the amount of people in your family, it will be harder based on how them use the water also. Cause maybe you will be more conservative, but maybe somebody else in the yard need to wash a certain amount of things, or maybe them use water more based on what they need to do day to day. So you just need to kind of take that into account. So every drop counts still though. But as basically you kind of just try to stretch it out. You want to last at least till a week. So how me did do it, me did I do more of this kind of having to get the water truck to the yard. Me have to kind of just set up the barrel them like the same barrel we use for um alright, so the same barrel we use for like shipping like food and stuff to Jamaica, you can use them there if you have them. So we use that. So we have like say about four of them there one time, and we just put in just call the guy with ship we carry the water come and him come. I think him that charge around 3-5 at that time. So and that would have last roughly 1 week. 1 week that will last for. So four drum of water 1 week or a little over 1 week, and then winter run low and you just try and make sure before you run out completely, you call the guy to come again. And that's why I say it's gonna run like a subscription. You run a subscription type way, because you have to always make sure say whenever you get low, and typically it'll run a cycle. So say alright, typically your cycle will end around maybe day 4, 5, or if it's a week, or if it's a bit longer, but if you live alone and say alright, you can use it and stretch it out and make it last you longer, then you can know when you have to go, maybe last you 2 weeks for you alone. Then you run the panic, then you run low, then you have to go back to square one and call the guy. Hopefully, if say price no raise, and say like a cycle, because I know say for sure say you will keep on calling. Because the water tastes good and it lasts long, and have like mosquito and things. Well, maybe it's not mosquito, but if the quality of the water tastes good, like the drinking and thing, and say if you serve it properly and the price is too much outrageous. Because let's say you do see one somebody sell the water one day, you can always reach out to somebody else and hear who them care for them water. Maybe they get a better rate that way. Maybe the water tastes as good as this one, so it's like a trade off. Can maybe for them source of water. Is that maybe like a parish tank or something else some of you use. So the water maybe not as tasty, or next week I repeat the same process. Not an easy choice, lifestyle. Then the read subscription, because you have a subscription, because you have the JPS, the flow, digital water truck. Water not free, easy, but I just saw you have to work out. So the next part of this now. Alright, so when you come on to the blue buckle now, I remember the day when I first buy the blue buckle. How me have to kind of shop around, because I say, I don't know how much of the price would I typically be feel like get the buckle. And I hear everybody say it's easier to get like one used buckle, and then they wouldn't have to pay so much. But at the time we couldn't like source one to get one good clean buckle I'm gonna trust. So me have to buy one. Me not buy one, and when the day me try to buy, me have to kind of shop on and say, and we go a couple supermarket for me I say for them prices some extra there. And then me go a couple water store, and then me find one. Me say alright, but let's work with the price there. Buy that and buy the nozzle for it. Where I use so it's like a manual nozzle, so just press it down, press it, and it pump up the water. So typically now when me do like a refill, it'll last me like 5 days or so. So this I wanna last me up till yesterday, as me say, and me just um go and get it. and then we just kind of do me like a thing and have like a water for you until it got done. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much buy. They have three different type typically. There's a mineral, alkaline, and spring. So you can choose when you want. Typically, the price is very depend on which one you want to go for. And oh, the thing too, you have a smaller bucket to this channel. It would be like a little one. You could just carry that little kind of hand. Um, but I don't really last on that. That last around 2 days. For refill at about 150 or 125. So it just makes sense to get this one or you get the truck with the carry water cup. So the mineral water, you have natural minerals, good for hydration, more crispy type of taste. You have the alkaline one will have like a pH balance level, smooth taste, well balanced. I don't really know if it really makes sense that much, but we typically just go with the mineral water. Um, when I say natural, the spring water have a more natural, filtered by nature taste, light, clean, fresh, straight from source. As I said, the price around 350, depending on which one you want to cover, and then treat it right. So they will use and keep it clean and just they use the pump, then it run dry, store in a cool place. And if you get good care when they bring you a yard, then you give a longer use case out of it typically. So yeah, plan ahead and wait till it finish. Like me, cause me wait till it done. Cause me need one X buckle right now. When me have, we only have one buckle. Me need one X one to kind of keep as a backup, so that we have to scramble run to get back that one the full. Because the one that they run out last yesterday, or never say run out, but it done. And me carry that piece of money and carry back. Me have to buy one 600 ml, two 600 ml water bottle. Just say mix with water in a yard till we get this one full up today. So yeah, just keep on track of it. So the next part of this and now more if you can look on what affect the water security in Jamaica. And um water security affected by many different things. Especially inland in Jamaica. Inland in Jamaica they have many different things like mining, we are going for bauxite. Um, you have like the waterways being blocked with garbage and stuff like that. But on the mining side, you know, so when you're on the mining, them are gonna do the vegetation removal, the topsoil gets stripped, the water not gonna be like hold the water like how it used to hold it. So you're gonna have more water runoff and less infiltration. What infiltration means is water going down into the soil. If the soil isn't porous enough to allow that, so typically, um, what we really have to worry about with the soil a bit more like a saturation point reaching. But when you get to a point now when the water can't go through because of the mining, make the soil get hard and arid, it's because it may think say that does help if you can make the water run through quicker, but it does help if it pretty much cause more runoff, which I mean more land slippage, which I mean more water not being able to um, go into the places where I need to go to. Especially in the case of Manchester, because Manchester and Jamaica, the only place where they have no river, where they inland, water more run under the ground. So with the mining, you kind of move the water out of the typical places where they're there. Um, and if you don't have like the trees, them from the vegetation side, you're gonna have more, um, less rainfall, which I mean less water in the drum than you should be inside. More business to the water truck and the water refill place there. So yeah. So as I said, places we have like the concrete tank and stuff, but typically the water maybe not as clean to drink. If you're gonna drink it, you might have to boil it first or do something to make it kind of cleaner. Maybe use some bleach. But when you come on to drinking, I'm sure you get the best or the most potable version of what's available. So with the thing with the water not going where it's supposed to go, you'll have like rivers and streams, springs, drying up faster. So you have two type of stream, or rivers. You have the um, rivers that are seasonal, and you have the ones that run throughout the year. So with the water moving in a different way than is typically expected, and going it's running off a lot quicker, these places can get their recharge as as how they typically want to. And when you have like events like hurricanes that um, the water can't flow in its natural places, because even with that, over time, because like let's say the water isn't going into the place that they want it to go, or where the water would naturally go, people just start to build houses in these areas, and that can be dangerous for a number of reasons. Because eventually, if enough water comes, like let's say a hurricane, a Category 5 hurricane, for instance, that happened with Melissa, all that water is gonna rush down and just smash up everything. But we're talking more about the water side now. So another thing we were talking about recently, the El Nino. We tell them about it a little bit. This is a horrible drawing of Jamaica. So the El Nino, I hear like weather guy they must say on film side say not gonna be as bad because we not gonna probably see as many storm. But when the thing when we have more dryness, that means less water, more water insecurity, prices of water will go up. That is gonna be less water going around, and it's gonna be harder. Probably gonna cause more diseases to happen. Gonna be blaming the mosquitoes for a couple more things. Oh, I have a bit of plan about mosquito in the next maybe couple weeks or days. Now, if not really see it, but shoot out with mosquito, yeah. Alright, so El Nino brings longer, hotter, dry spells, less rain combined with the mining, water disappears quicker. So, um, Manchester specifically is one of the places that has always kind of been a mining area, even though the water, the water issues, because we kind of don't know, kind of feeling it as bad as it is, but it's always kind of been the place. And even up to now, places like Asia are still getting mined out. There's a place called Asia in Jamaica, in Manchester. So there's a place called Asia in Manchester, Jamaica, and they're doing the mining there. So a lot of the fruit trees, a lot of the ecosystem, the habitats that would have been in that area are now gone because of the mining and stuff. And we will be paying for that. Maybe not we don't see right now. Maybe my kids will kind of feel it a bit more, but yeah, that's gonna come to roost very very soon in short order. So the next one now. So a part of the thing with the inland terrain in Jamaica, it's more hilly areas for the most part. We do have some areas of gentleness, but for the just be aware that there's some hilliness, so that also adds to the um, problem when it comes down to water distribution in a place like Manchester that doesn't really have, well, some places, as I mentioned, the more rural communities don't have the running water yet. Still waiting on the pipe, the water to be, made available in that way. Not that we, so where I live specifically, there was at one point like uh community standpipe or like an area standpipe because it would have been what was supplying like several areas. But because of the guys who were selling the water, they came in because that place would like have water for free. So they would come in and just fill up their thing and then go and sell that water. Like go fill up and sell it. So over time, who was in charge, like parish council, decided they were pretty much being taken advantage of, so they just locked down that water spot. So yeah, it's even harder now. So the mining thing, causes dust and all of that to happen. So water quality goes down, clog up the tank, the filter them where you use to carry the water, keep out the harmful segments, have a harder time to work. Right? So yeah. Community will feel the impact. So typically when they do the mining in the communities, they will give the community like a kickback in various ways. One of those ways is monetarily. They may give them water, but if the water is going to be impacted by the dust, also it's a double negative in a sense. So less water means more dependence on trucks, more money spent, mean more stress every week, every day, every hour, Don't me feel thirsty. I'll do this video. So go drink some of the water. Be careful. But yeah, just best you can for just try to protect the water, protect the land. No dirty up Jamaica. Yeah, no dirty up Jamaica. Alright, so like that. Yeah. So yeah, water insecurity is becoming a bigger issue in more inland Jamaica, as we say, more rural side. But if the rural parts are being affected, soon the town areas, soon gonna hear about Jamaica importing water. And if other places in the Caribbean or in the region are facing similar issues, then that probably won't be an option either. So we have to look into things like, desalination and stuff like that. That means like taking sand out of the Caribbean Sea and using that water to make drinking water.